To be alone is often misunderstood as loneliness. Yet solitude is one of the most profound and necessary experiences a person can embrace. It is in solitude that we come to truly understand ourselves, away from the influence and expectations of the world. The ability to be alone is not a weakness, but a strength, one that allows us to explore the depths of our thoughts, our emotions, and our purpose. In a world that constantly demands our attention, where we are surrounded by noise, opinions, and distractions, solitude becomes a rare and sacred refuge. It is in these moments of aloneness that we gain clarity, that our minds are free to wander beyond the surface, to ask the questions we might otherwise ignore. Who am I? What do I truly want? What do I believe beyond what I have been told? These are the questions that solitude allows us to answer. Many fear being alone because they equate it with emptiness, with a void that must be filled with people, conversation, and activity. But true solitude is not about emptiness, it is about fullness. It is the space where ideas are born, where creativity flourishes, where we learn to sit with our own thoughts and emotions, without running from them. It is where healing begins, where old wounds are acknowledged, where we finally listen to the quiet voice within us that is so often drowned out by the world. History has shown that some of the greatest minds, philosophers, artists, writers, and leaders have embraced solitude as a means of discovery and transformation. They understood that to create something meaningful, one must first learn to be comfortable in their own presence. From solitude comes self-awareness. From self-awareness comes growth. And from growth comes the ability to connect with the world in a way that is deeper and more authentic. To be alone is not to be without. It is to be with oneself in the most intimate and honest way possible. It is in solitude that we learn to love ourselves not because others do, but because we have taken the time to know who we truly are. It is in solitude that we become whole, so that when we do choose to share our time and energy with others, we do so from a place of strength rather than need. Do not fear being alone. Embrace it. Let it teach you, guide you, and strengthen you. For in the silence of solitude, you will hear the truest voice of all your own. To be alone is often seen as something to be avoided, as though solitude is a burden rather than a gift. Society teaches us that constant connection is the key to happiness, that to be surrounded by people is to be fulfilled. Yet, the truth is that some of the most profound moments of self-discovery, healing, and growth happen in solitude. It is in those quiet spaces, away from the distractions and noise of the world, that we learn who we truly are. There is a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is the absence of connection, a yearning for companionship that feels just out of reach. It is a hollow feeling, a sense that something is missing. But solitude, true, intentional solitude, is something entirely different. It is a choice, a sanctuary where the mind is free to wander, where the soul can breathe, and where the heart can find peace. In solitude, we are not missing anything. Rather, we are filling ourselves with something deeper: self-awareness, creativity, clarity. Many people fear being alone because they have never learned how to sit with themselves without distraction. They fill their days with constant activity, with conversation, with noise, so that they never have to confront the thoughts and emotions that arise in stillness. But to be alone is to face oneself honestly, without pretense or performance. It is in solitude that we come to terms with our fears, our desires, our regrets, and our dreams. It is where we learn to truly listen to the voice within us that is so often drowned out by the expectations of others.